Hello, everyone. I'm Fred Oakman here with Mr. Jake Peters. You're listening to PS This Is Awesome, a PlayStation podcast. This is episode 378, where we dive into our thoughts on all things PlayStation. Before we jump in, please subscribe on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/PS This Is Awesome, where you can also watch the video version of the podcast. You can check out our trophy list on the PSN. I'm Makerless_81. And Jake is JakeSaw01. Send your thoughts to psthisisawesome@gmail.com. Share the show with your friends. Don't forget to rate us. The podcast airs for free every Wednesday on your preferred streaming platform. But for those who sign up to our Patreon for just $1 a month, you can join the one and only $1 club and receive a free die-cut vinyl sticker that looks like this and a shout out on the show. And most times you also get the show a day or two early. Visit patreon.com/PS This Is Awesome to support us. Remember, if you like our podcast, it does a lot of good if you can like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. With all that out of the way, Jake, how are you doing today?
Dude, I'm fucking running on fumes right now.
Yeah.
So I apologize if I'm a little bit lethargic in this episode. I was up for almost 24 hours. So I'm just, I got up at 4:00 in the morning yesterday, and then I was at the racetrack all day, and then basically I was at the racetrack all day riding, which is already very tiring outside of being up early. So that was in Pittsburgh. I drove home, got a shower, got something to eat, got back in the car, drove back to Pittsburgh, went to a concert, and then got home at like 2:00 in the morning.
Did you go see AC/DC?
So, and then I got up and drove, and then I had to get up this morning early to drive 2 hours for work. So I'm like, I'm wiped out. What'd you say?
Did you go see AC/DC?
No, I was at the Roxy-in. I went to see this this metal show. It was this band called Unearth and another band called Lacuna Coil. It was a fun show. It was a good time. I was just like, dude, I know we've talked about this in the past, but I really wish that they would start shows at like 6:00.
Yeah.
Because, like, I know that for these people that maybe live, like, 20 minutes from the venue, it's not that big of a deal. But all of these shows are fucking an hour and a half to 2 hours away from us.
Yeah. Dude,
and it's like...
Yeah.
You get out of the show, even if you get out at, like, 11 o'clock or 11:30, and by the time to get to your car and you get back home, maybe you have to stop and get gas or you have to get something to eat or something. It's freaking... 1-2 o'clock in the morning before you get home, and then especially after a long day and having to get up early for work, I had fun. Don't get me wrong, I don't regret it, but I'm wiped out.
Unearth just played Erie a couple weeks ago.
Did they really?
Yeah, that Matt McRae guy, our friend Matt put it on. They played at baseball.
Dude, they're really good. I've never heard them play before, and I'm not even like, I'm not going to say that I'm a fan or anything like that, but I really enjoyed what I watched. Mm-hmm. I mean, they had a lot of really cool songs.
I love that
they
venue,
played,
man.
So.
The Roxy.
It's surprisingly good. Dude, it's in a shit area, but it's like it's actually really nice, especially if you're upstairs. Like, they have their own bar up there. They have their own bathroom up there. And you can get, like, the balcony seating. And it's because the venue's so small, it's, like, really good view. Yeah, and it's the sound in there is pretty good, really. You never know with some of these places, especially some of these smaller places. But the sound is surprisingly good.
Yeah, I thought so. I like it there. I saw the Menzingers play there. My buddy was driving their tour bus for a while. He's got pretty tight.
They're playing there again in a couple weeks
with Lucero.
Oh, really? Is it with Lucero?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go. They're on a tour with Lucero, which is rad. I think I'm going to try to make sure I hit that up. I don't have tickets yet, but Yeah, that's cool. I just really only know the one Menzinger's record that I love a ton. They've been around forever. They're a Pennsylvania band, but they blew up. They got really good, man. They've always been good, but I mean, they dialed it in.
I was gonna say the only album of theirs I know is that one.
If Only You Were Lonely.
I think it's blue and it's got like a deer on the cover, maybe.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. It's not If Only You're Lonely. It's like I don't know that. Hello Exile. I think it's Hello Exile.
That might be right.
That's a great record, man.
Oh yeah, America, You Freak Me Out, and I like that album. But I mean, I've never it's not like I'm sitting there listening to all their music and I'm like, I love all this. But for whatever reason, especially those first couple songs off that album,
I love that whole record.
Really, really catchy.
Yeah, that one song about something about something drugs. It's really good. It's a great fucking song. Oh man, I gotta look it up. But that's cool, man. I think I'm gonna go check that show out.
London Drugs?
Yeah. Dude, London Drugs is such a good fucking song. It's so catchy. Lyrics are great. But yeah, man. Cool. Yeah, this weather, I'm kind of over the weather. It's under 60 degrees and it's May 18th. My 19th.
It's not abnormal. It's been abnormally warm is the problem. This temperature is relatively normal for this time of year.
It doesn't seem it to me. It's just been rain. We got a frost warning tonight. There's a frost warning.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just over it, man. That all being said, I did send some songs to the director for Pig Hill, and he forwarded them on to the composer for the film, but I haven't heard anything back. I do want to give a shout out to our listener. Oh gosh, One Black Talent said "You Make Me Sick" would have been a good one to put on there. Yeah, maybe. I didn't send that one, but I appreciate it. The feedback. It was just a little too late. I already had gotten the list together to send. I'm gonna follow up with the director tonight. He said he was having trouble with his email, so there's a good chance maybe they tried to write me and it didn't go through or something. I don't know. We're still on shaky ground with this whole thing. I played the Edinburgh Art Music Festival on Friday. That was a nice time. I felt I did very well. Jason, our buddy Jason, does sound for us. He offered to run sound for me at the Lake Resort where I played, and he was just like, I don't know what he was doing. He said something about how he's such a good guy. He's like, dude, he goes, I'll always, if I can, I'll run sound for you guys whenever you need me. And I said, well, we're playing my birthday on Monday at Rising River, and it's going to be kind of tough. He goes, dude, I don't have anything going on. And I was like, well, if you want to do it, that'd be freaking rad because we don't have to worry about all the PA shit. You know what I mean? So that's how I bumped into him. But that show Friday was awesome that I played. Saturday, I'll just be real quick about this. I don't condone the shit that goes on with animals at zoos or whatever, sometimes maybe they usually have good veterinarian staffs and stuff. But specifically the traveling circus, I think there was a time and a place for the circus. I do think that like before the internet and before TV and before all that shit, when you had no way to leave your small village or town or whatever, the circus would come through with the big top. And you'd see all this fucking outlandish, crazy, awesome stuff, right? And if you were a kid or even if you were family, you'd probably talk about it for weeks after they left town. Like the things you would see would probably be so extraordinary and interesting. There was a circus that came through Meadville, and I got invited to go, so I went Saturday evening. And it was interesting, man. They did have the motocross guys, the two guys that get in that tiny fucking cage. and they go all around. That's super cool. And then they had a woman stand in it, and I was like, man, I would never do that. It was insane. So there's some stuff that doesn't involve animals that's really skillful. They had a lot of like women that were they had like a whole hula hoop thing that was really incredible. They were like hula hooping like 35 hula hoops at once. It was fun to watch. And then they had these women that could dangle from these. You see it like Cirque du Soleil or something. You know what I mean? It's like they have these big things coming down from the ceiling, and they climb up them, and they go. They're spinning around and stuff. They had guys that were like juggling tables with their feet on their backs and stuff. They had. Then there were the animal things that I didn't love. There was the elephant. They had a couple tigers. They had some dogs, which I'm sure are just their pets that were just jumping through hoops. It was kind of fun to watch, you know. They had a live band, which was interesting. They had, anyways, I digress. I saw this thing and I was just thinking to myself, you know, I think we now live in a time where the circus is kind of irrelevant. I mean, like, I don't understand. I guess maybe if you love to go to those things and be around the people, but, and see it in real life, but there wasn't anything that I was blown away by. You know what I mean? But like, if you lived a sheltered life and you didn't have access to the TV or phones or internet and stuff, like I think like if the circus came through, man, it would just not blow your hair back. It would be the craziest thing you'd ever witnessed, you know? But anyways, I did that on Saturday, and then, that's pretty much it. I did buy a car, Jacob. I got one finally, which is good. I did go with the 25 Kia Sorento, and I feel like a bazillion dollars driving this thing. I literally feel like I'm rich, which I'm clearly not. But there's just a feeling that being in a new car gives you. Like, it's weird. This thing has all the bells and whistles. Now, for the listeners who don't know, I came from a car that had absolutely nothing. Nothing was electronic in it, except for the battery and the starter. The windows were crank windows. The locks were manual locks. It was a stick shift. It was a hatchback. I had no click button to lock the doors. Nothing like that. So this new car, dude, it can literally drive itself. It can take turns on its own. It's have you ever driven one of these cars that can do this?
When you say take turns, you mean that it will follow the road around corners, not that it will like turn at a stop sign.
Correct. Yeah.
Or okay, yeah, that it's like what do they call that? Where it's like
there's lane assist
or whatever.
Lane assist will keep you between the lines. But like then there's drive assist, which actually will like take you. It's not going to take you it's not going to put you on a 90-degree turn at a stoplight, like you said. But if you're on like a highway, not like a huge motorway, but like let's say like a 322 or something, and it's just windy, dude, it just does it. It's so weird. And if you put it in cruise control, it just goes. You have to have your hands on the steering wheel for safety reasons, and it'll yell at you if you don't. But I've been experimenting with that. I've been trying to get the most miles per gallon out of it. Right now, my average is actually pretty good. It's like 28. Good for me for a bigger car. You know, it's an full-size SUV, I would say. I'm going to get the hitch installed eventually here. What else does it have? It has Apple CarPlay, which is so nice. It's got a wireless charger. Like, dude, I'm coming from a car where I couldn't plug my phone into my car. Like, now it's a wireless charger, and I walk in and it just automatically is picking up the latest podcast or song I was listening to immediately. And it's just all there. It's got GPS navigation. It has a Wi-Fi hotspot. The car does. I don't understand how it works. It's wild. I wonder if I could play my PS Portal through it now. That would be dope.
I mean, it probably uses your phone's data.
Well, I have unlimited, but I don't know. I don't think it does though, because it has its own.
Dude, there's no.
Dude.
I mean, maybe there's no way that there's no way your car. I mean, Please tell me if I'm wrong. I have a hard time believing your car has
like
a hotspot
or something.
Your car has a hotspot with data that you don't have to pay a subscription for.
Well, I get Kia Connect for 3 years for free.
Well, maybe that's it.
Could be included with that. It's after that. It's about $10 a month. But yeah, it comes with an app. Like if my doors are unlocked, like I parked the car in my garage, came in the house, and the app was like, "You left your Kia unlocked. Would you like to lock the doors?" And I pushed a button on my phone. And it was like, "Lock command successfully enabled or enacted, completed." I was like, "This is fucking ridiculous. I don't need all that shit." Is it nice? Yes. Does it make me feel like a fucking king of the world? Yes. But like, I'm just thinking like all of the shit now that can potentially go wrong with it. And it just gives me ulcers to think about. I bought it merely for size and convenience, and just doing what I need. And the all-wheel drive is a nice feature. You know what I mean? But dude, I love the car. It's a shame that it's probably only going to last a little over 100,000 miles. So,
why do you say that?
That's what they say about all new cars for the most part.
Dude, I mean, if that's the case, I've never heard that.
Dude, everywhere I've looked, they're just like, yeah, unless it's like a Toyota or Honda. I've heard like most cars start getting, it has a 100,000 mile warranty pretty much on everything, which is like they have the best warranties, which is awesome. But after that, I mean, they know after 100,000 things start getting weird. So that's all.
Dude, I don't know. That sounds like conspiracy to me. It used to be cars wouldn't last much more than 100,000 miles because they would break down. But, dude, my car's got almost 200,000 miles on it, and it's running like a champ.
Nice.
So, I mean, maybe you're right, but I have a hard time believing that. You wouldn't get much value out of a vehicle nowadays if it only lasts 100,000 miles. People expect more than that now.
Yeah. Dude, maybe I don't know. I'm looking at this thing now about the Kia hotspot. It says Kia Connect. It says Kia Connect technology. Look for this hotspot shit. It's got weird shit, man. Like it'll let me know if someone's in the back seat of my car. That's probably for safety reasons or something. Let me see weird. Here. Hotspot powered by Verizon. It says roam freely while staying connected with Wi-Fi hotspot. Let passengers enjoy online movies, games, social media, and more. Check your email or participate in teleconferences in order to connect up to 5 devices at once. There's no way I have this. Do I get a free trial? We have partnered with Verizon. Let me see here to provide eligible vehicles with a free trial. Oh, for 3 months or 3 gigs of data. Okay. Begins on activation.
That must be what you got going on.
That's probably. I don't use it. I've never used it. I just know that it has one.
Sure. Yeah, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. I don't know what you would use that for, but yeah. Dude, I'm so baffled. I'm so flummoxed by technology in vehicles now that it's like, like why? I just don't. I mean, maybe this is just kind of me getting older, but it's like, why do we have all this shit in cars now? It's like, I get it. Like, you want the ride to be nicer. You want to have like the phone stuff and the connectivity, and you want to have the safety features where it like helps drive itself and all of that kind of stuff. But I mean, I guess maybe if you have kids or something, you might want to have a hotspot in your car. I guess that makes sense. But yeah, man, that's really crazy. And I guess maybe the phone app is kind of nice. Like if you lock, do you know if that app that lets you lock your car and stuff, do you know if that's something you have to pay for after
Yeah, that's all part of the Kia Connect thing. I can do remote start and stuff with my key, you know what I mean? With my fob thing that they gave me. But having it on your phone is kind of cool too. And it also has a feature like Find My iPhone. It has like Find My Car. If you park in like a big lot and you don't know where your car's at, you can use that and it tells you how to get to your car. There's a lot of nice, handy features, but there's a lot of shit, like you said, Jake, that you don't fucking need. But it is kind of wild to me to think that those things exist now. I didn't even know those were things in cars at this point in life. You know what I mean? I had no idea. That's what, I wonder how many cars I've passed that were just driving on their own, autonomously, just going like Transformers or something. It's weird.
Yeah,
it's scary.
When I bought my car, I bought because it was like a holdover and I got a good deal on it. Mm-hmm. It was like the top of the line version of my car. Mm-hmm. And it had all of the special tech and all that kind of crap in it. And there's a couple things about it that I'm like, oh, this is something that I don't know that I could live without. Like, for example, the auto dimming mirrors is super nice.
Yeah.
Whenever you're driving around at night, especially if you're used to it, and then you go to a car that doesn't have it, you're like, oh, I'm fucking blind all the time. The other thing is, I actually really like the adaptive cruise control. Some people don't like it, but I think it's just because they're not used to it. Just as like a safety feature, like if you're on cruise control, like it won't let you run up on somebody. It'll actually slow you down, which I think is very useful. Now, you can get into a situation where it's like you're not paying attention and, oh, I'm doing 60 miles an hour on the highway because I'm following somebody and I wasn't paying attention and we slowed down. But, I don't know, like, but other than that, it's like, I think about it and I'm like, do I care about all this stuff enough to pay extra for it in the future?
Right.
Probably not. But dude, every car has like crazy shit now compared to what it used to have.
It's so
like
weird.
Mazda, dude, every single Mazda from the cheapest version to the most expensive version has adaptive cruise control now.
Yeah.
That's unheard of compared to 5 years ago even. So imagining, and of course everything, well, in PA I believe every new car has to have a backup camera, but every car has it anyway. Does yours have a front-facing camera?
It doesn't have a front-facing camera, but it has like the radar for like the adaptive whatever.
Okay, so you don't have the thing where you can like turn on the camera where you can see out your front bumper.
I can't see out the front bumper, no.
Okay, because some cars, I drove a car, I think it was like a loaner whenever I was getting my car worked on that had something like that, and it's kind of nice whenever you're going to park somewhere or something and you're not sure if you're going to hit anything. Mm-hmm. And it also had that, like, have you ever seen before some cars have that feature where it's like a top-down camera of your vehicle? Oh, I have no fucking clue. I have no fucking clue how it does it.
Yeah,
but
I've seen that. I don't have the limited version had that, but I do have something that's nice for hooking up the hitch. So it takes the rear camera, and then you can use a different viewpoint from it, and it looks straight down, and it'll look right down on your ball hitch, so you can like get right under the. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I guess I never thought about it maybe not being this way in other vehicles, but like on my Suburban, the way that the camera is located on the Suburban, I can just see my hitch whenever I'm backing up. So like I see everything else, but I can also see the hitch. So, but I could see how it would be useful in cars and stuff that maybe have a little bit of a different perspective for you to have a special point of view that focuses on, the hitch or whatever.
Right.
It's cool, man. Well, I'm glad you got a new vehicle. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it. It's just one of those things. It's like you already spent the money.
It'll happen when it happens.
The insurance. It's like just enjoy the vehicle while you have it. And you have to have a vehicle one way or the other, so you might as well just
have something nice.
It's like one of those things where like I was struggling with Sarah's car, in my car a little bit, and I was bitching on whatever day that was, Saturday, because both of us had to take big drives yesterday. And her car was making a noise when she would turn the steering wheel.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like... And I like had the wheel off and I was like looking at shit and I figured out what the issue was and it wasn't anything major. But like, it's just like, I was just bitching like, I just want one vehicle that I don't have to worry about ever.
Peace of mind.
But it's like, at the same time, it's like all of our vehicles are paid off. I don't have any fucking bills on any of this stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, even if I've got to pay $1,000 or $2,000 to get it inspected every year, that's way cheaper than paying for a new vehicle. But at the same time, it's like, well, if I want to drive somewhere that's 5-6 hours away, I don't necessarily want to do it in a vehicle that has 200,000 miles on it, and who knows when whatever widget on the car is going to decide to break this time. And I don't know, it's interesting, but it's like yeah, maybe you just buy a new vehicle and be done with it. But man, they're just so expensive now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Just sell your firstborn, I guess.
Yeah, whatever you got to do, I guess. Just do the thing. I don't know. I'm happy to have it. No regards over here. I'm stoked on it. I think it was a good idea, and right now I just feel like fucking king of the world. This thing's so fucking nice.
Do you know what the towing capacity is on that? Did you say it was like 3,500?
35, yeah. My
what's the weight of your trailer?
About 1,000.
Okay, so you got plenty of wiggle room there for gear and stuff.
Oh yeah, even if
you can even tow your motorcycle.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, I could even put a motorcycle and tow it around if I ever want to go on a trip or something and not ride it.
Yeah, for sure.
It'd be a fucking rat.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's good. Mission accomplished. But let's get into some games and stuff. I'm still diving. Every episode we talk about games we're playing. I'm still diving into Octopath Traveler 2, guys. I promise I'm going to beat this thing. I am now down to 2 remaining final missions of the 8 characters. So I've completed the game with 6 of the 8 characters. I've got 68 hours logged, and there's one place that I can't get to beat not Particio. I don't know which one it is. Temenos. One of their quests is on like this island. I got to take a boat to it. I'm doing it wrong. I just looked it up online yesterday. I thought I had to defeat the Scourge of the Sea, which is a really difficult, like on the map, it's like a little whirlpool. And you navigate your boat into it, and it says this is a really difficult battle. Are you sure you want to continue? But like past it looks like where I need to go on the map. But I found out that there's a way to actually get there by just going to the landmass below it and then taking a little boat north. So you don't have to beat the Scourge of the Sea, and that's killing me. So I should be making more progress. Maybe even tonight. We'll see when we wrap up this podcast. I'd like to get one more completed tonight. Just get fucking past this. But Jake, what about you? What are you playing?
I'm still playing Expedition. I'm on Act 2. I'm closing in on maybe 20 hours into the game. I've had some stuff going on, so I haven't really had much of a chance to play it recently. Mm-hmm. It's still really good. I don't have anything else to say about it. I'm ready for I'm not gonna say I'm ready for it to be done, because I'm not. I'm really enjoying it, but I wish I had more time to just kind of sit down and just kind of plow through it some. But there are so many times where like I'm able to work on it, or I'm able to play it, but I'm just like, I'm tired or something like that. And I know that sounds silly, but it's one of those games where, because it's a JRPG style game, and you got to worry about the strategy in your combat and how your characters are built and what skills they have equipped and all this kind of stuff. Like sometimes it's just like, I'm just not up to it right now. So like but I'm slowly going through it. My guess is that I probably have another 10 to 15 hours maybe left in it. But I am still really enjoying it. I can't wait to get through it, and I've been hearing some good things about Doom, so I'd like to kind of play that a little bit. But I have not. Like, I'm afraid to play it because I don't want to pull myself away from Expedition. And Sarah was over hanging out with your brother on Friday.
Yeah.
And she said that he like wouldn't stop talking about it. Like he apparently was
the game
obsessed with it.
Clair Obscur, yeah.
Clair Obscur, yeah.
Yeah, he kills me.
And I was like, yeah. I know Fred told me. So
yeah, he can't
but,
quit fucking talking about it.
I mean, it's awesome. If anyone's even remotely interested, I highly recommend it. Even for like people who aren't super into JRPGs, but if you're open to the idea of the combat just to get the experience, it's really good, and it's not that long, so it's not like one of these things where it's like, oh, I want to try a JRPG, and then you jump into Persona 5 and it's the campaign's 120 hours long. Like, it's not anything like that. So
that's good.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, man. Well, I hope to eventually play that game. It sounds like it's right in my wheelhouse, and I don't know a whole lot about it outside the fact that everybody's enjoying it. But Jake, we have some listener feedback. We got some returning champions from the PS Is Awesome YouTube channel comments. But first off, we have One Black Talon, who I would argue is a returning champion. He said, Fred, will you ask Jake when he plays the new Doom if there are any play mechanics that you have to do other than just shoot enemies? I have only played the original console decades ago. I did play a little of Warhammer Bolt Gun after he mentioned it last week. Thank you. I'm curious to hear what you thought of Bolt Gun, One Black Talon, but I don't know what all is going to be involved in the new Doom of Dark Ages, and I know that it sounds like Jake hasn't jumped into it yet, so...
Well, my understanding is that the big twist with the Dark Ages is there's like this parry mechanic where you can like, because you have the shield, right? You can kind of parry attacks back at the bad guys and stuff. And my understanding is that it's very forgiving. So it's not like a Souls game or something where you really have to focus and concentrate. But other than that, it's just very, very Doom. Very Doom. So to be honest with you, like, bro, if you haven't played a Doom game in decades, what are you doing? Start with Doom 2016. That game is fucking rad. Then go to Doom Eternal. That game is also fucking rad. Because both of those games you could probably get for, especially Doom 2016, you could probably get it for next to nothing. So, and it might actually, you know what? I don't know if you're a PS Plus Extra subscriber, but I think both of those games are on there. So that would be where I would start. And then, yeah, I mean, if you play Doom 2016 and you're not feeling it, you're not going to like Doom Eternal. So that would be where I'd go. I'm one of like the weird people that actually liked Doom 2016 a little more than Doom Eternal. Most people think Doom Eternal is a better game, but Doom Eternal is very fast, and you actually have to like manage your ammo and stuff and change weapons a lot, and it's very fast paced, and it's actually pretty hard. So I think Doom Eternal has a tendency to filter people a little bit more than maybe Doom 2016, or I think Doom the Dark Ages maybe is a little bit easier, a little more approachable. The other thing is I think the Doom the Dark Ages has those set piece moments, like they've talked about like the mech battle sequences and the dragon fights and that stuff, which are maybe a little bit more, if you're into spectacle, you might be the most interested in the Dark Ages. But if you're just interested in checking out new Doom, definitely start with 2016, because all three of them are fucking fantastic. Well, I can't speak on Doom the Dark Ages, but from what I understand, based on the other stuff I've seen and read, it's great as well.
Cool. Good suggestions. I don't know if I don't think I had access to that Doom game. What the hell? It was Eternal? No. Was that what it's called?
Eternal is the second one.
Is that like when they did that
the reboot?
Is that when they did the live stream and Xbox gave away a ton of codes, or somebody like id Software
Might be. I don't remember what
I had it, and then I had the code.
Doom Eternal came out in 2020.
Yeah, that sounds about
so
right.
If that was, yeah,
I had the code, and then I didn't use it because I was like, oh, I think I have this game, and then I tried to get a different game. Like an asshole, I should have just took the free game. I think now though you can play that game for free. I think I have access to it, and shows how much I really care. But I don't know, dude. This graphic is gonna be so funny for this. It's gonna be so good. And I say that because I am working on it, and I'm gonna shoot you, Jake, a picture of this graphic I came up with. But we also had a write-in from Big Box. Big Box returns. Big Box says, Fred and Jake, your AI thumbnails need to be funnier. Make that expletive stand out. You have good senses of humor. Or don't, but do. Hope you're both doing well. Yeah, thank you for that, Big Box. I would ultimately agree with you. The thing with the AI is I kind of like to just let it rip, and whatever it comes up with, it comes up with. Now, I did find a new tool for making AI images, and that's our handy-dandy Chat GPT. I didn't realize that it had the feature, and it most certainly has the feature now, which is funny to me because this is going to be great, Jake. I'm sending you this right now. Wait till we get...
What is this even representing?
Just look at the first off. You'll know when we get to bullet point 4 of the news section. It's it's so funny. To me, it's hilarious. All right, I'm gonna start with news point number 1. News point number 1.
Okay, you sent that picture, and I was like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the context is. But okay, that makes sense.
In context, it's perfect. ChatGPT just came up with that. Nailed it. Here we go. Bungie's upcoming game, Marathon, is facing major setbacks, Jake, after it was revealed that plagiarized art assets made it into the game's alpha build. In a tense live stream, the studio's art director publicly admitted to the oversight, causing further damage to already plummeting team morale. The planned gameplay reveal was scrapped due to concerns the stolen assets might appear on the screen. So with internal chaos and criticism mounting, many now doubt the game will meet its September release date. This is quite a bummer, man, for Bungie. I mean,
I'm pretty sure this is not the first time that Bungie has been found to have been stealing art assets.
I think they all do
whether
it.
intentionally or not. I mean, I'm sure they do it in like a pre-release state to kind of proof of concept things and stuff. But the fact that it made it into an alpha build, I mean, somebody didn't mind their P's and Q's.
Well, even our beloved Naughty
Dog
has been guilty of this.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good look, especially with, everything about this game and maybe how it's being received compared to competitors. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
so missing the release date because of it. I mean, that's just some doubt.
I think it's gonna. I mean, now here's a conspiracy thing. I think they're probably gonna miss the release date regardless.
Oh.
And maybe this is a thing that they're using as kind of like a smoke screen. But why would you make yourself look bad as part of a smoke screen rather than just say that the game is delayed? I mean, you would think that would be less of a PR hit.
You think
than,
they would, yeah,
I accidentally stole fucking assets from some artist. So
right.
I have to imagine this is in some way a reality, and that they really need to sort their shit out, I think. That place is just kind of a dumpster fire, which is unfortunate because the game visually looks cool. Like, am I going to play it? Probably not. But visually, I think it's very very appealing. So I don't know. I mean, if it's appealing because they stole a bunch of assets, then maybe that's an issue. But I didn't actually see what the asset was. I know that the people were.
It was just like design, like little logos and graphics and stuff. Like I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
So it wasn't like a character design or something.
No,
like
it wasn't
that.
anything as big like character design. But I mean, the internet will be quick to pounce on anybody doing shit like this. And I think that's why it's so funny that we use AI generated art for our YouTube thumbnails, because it's just funny to me, because we don't give a fucking shit. Say what you want.
Except for it's probably ChatGPT is probably learning off of somebody.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So technically, could you say that we are stealing assets? I mean, I guess technically speaking, you could say that, but I don't know. I think that I mean, I don't know. We're not stealing shit. ChatGPT is stealing shit.
That's what I'm saying. So, but I'm gonna keep doing it because I think they're great. Could they be a little more funny?
I think it's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and make that thumbnail. I can tell you that right now.
Dude, it's a pain in the ass. Yeah. So
not unless you like stick figures,
right? Just making this thumbnail, even with the assistance of ChatGPT images, is a pain in the ass. So there we are. And this is 378, isn't it? I got to change that. I have the wrong number up there on the graphic.
It says it on the the title.
I just have to
doc.
Yeah, I got to just change it. But let's get on the next news point. We only have 3 more news points. Not a lot of news. And we got some new games we're going to talk about real quick that are coming out. Jade Raymond has left Haven Studios, Jake, the PlayStation-backed team that she founded. Shortly after a test of its upcoming live service games... sorry, let me reread that. Shortly after a test of its upcoming live service game, Fairgames reportedly raised internal concerns. So Sony didn't provide a reason for her departure, but they praised her leadership and vision. And the news adds to growing uncertainty around Sony's live service strategy, which has seen mixed results in multiple project cancellations. Fairgames remains in development and is now expected to launch in 2026 after an internal delay. What do you think? What do you think of this?
Dude, I don't know. This game's probably not going to do well. But I guess the one thing that you can say at this point is just like, I don't want to hear anything about anything that Jade Raymond is doing forever and ever. Amen. It's been, I don't know. Let's just say, I don't know, fucking 20 years since she's released a game. And she goes to a studio. Everyone gets excited. They start a project. The studio falls apart. It fails. She leaves. She goes to another place, starts a new studio. Everyone's excited about it. She starts a project. It fails. She leaves. She goes, you know what I mean? So it's just like, that's all we've been talking about for the past fucking, I don't know, forever. So with her. So it's just like, and I'm not trying to dunk on Jade Raymond. I'm just trying to dunk on let's say the hype around her involvement and stuff. I just don't know that it's really warranted anymore. And I feel bad. Like hopefully this game is good and it does well. I think that would be good for the brand and for one of these things to hit. But I don't know. It's just it's hard for me to care.
We haven't really seen anything about Fairgames yet, except for like a trailer. I've got something way more important to talk about than Fairgames. I just got a call from the director, and they have found a song that they would like to use. The voice message says, "Wanted to check in with you on one of the tracks. We're interested in it. If you could give me a call back, that'll be awesome." Might happen.
Which one?
No. It's like they're gonna be like, "We want to do it, but we don't want your voice in it."
Or it'll be like,
it will be some sort of fucking weird stipulation. Like, do you have the stems? Because we just want to have this sound.
Or it'll be like the other song that Donnie is on.
God, who fucking knows? Yeah. Could you have a better quality? It'll be like Come to Grips, but since I recorded that in like an apartment on an iPhone, they'll be like, can you do a better version? And Dan Gribben now is like lost in the wind. Who knows what he's up to? Troy could maybe do those solos, but Dan has a certain smoothness to him. Troy plays differently. We could do a version of a version. I'll call him after we're done. I'm not going to interrupt the show like I did last time because I missed his call. But anyways, yeah, I'm with you on all that stuff. I'm curious to see Fairgames, but I like you said, Jade Raymond is not a proven force to be reckoned with at this point. So next news point, despite major investments, including adding Cristiano Ronaldo to the roster and funding a record-breaking tournament, SNK's push to make Fatal Fury City of the Wolves a top fighting game fell short. As a result, CEO Kenji Matsubara has stepped down into an advisory role amid a leadership transition. So this Fatal Fury fighting game, City of the Wolves, apparently did not do what they wanted. That sucks because I like SNK. I like the shit they do. And I thought there was an interesting news point. Here's a game that they tried to bring back and make something out of it. Didn't pan out, and now we have the CEO stepping down.
Yeah, I don't know.
Reviews.
I mean, how... I'll be honest with you. I'm just so not plugged into the fighting game community that, like, these are just words to me. Fatal Fury. I've heard of Fatal Fury, but like the City of the Wolves. And
it did
SNK.
pretty good, man. Looking at GameRant gave it an 8 out of 10. Eurogamer 4 out of 5. IGN 8 out of 10. The Gamer 4 out of 5. Tom's Guide 4.5 out of 5. Hobby Consoles 85 out of 100. Shack News 8 out of 10. 6 Access 6 out of 10. And it looks like the player rating is a 5 out of 20. No, they only have they don't have enough player ratings yet. I take that back. I redact that statement. Go ahead. What'd you say?
So the only thing that sticks out to me with this is like, I think SNK is like owned by the Saudi royal family or something now, which is not something that really jives with me. So I feel bad for the creators of the game, but I don't feel bad for any financial losses that kind of happen to be, happening for the Saudi royal family just because of the, I don't know, the implications with that. But I was just scrubbing through a trailer for like a gameplay trailer, and it visually it looks really interesting. Yeah, it's like this weird like comic book come to life kind of style that is like 3D and also 2D. I don't know. It's very weird, but it looks like high res 3D models, but they're hand drawn textures, which is very interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen something that looks like this.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So I mean, it looks cool. It looks good. It's kind of a shame. But I'm glad that the critics like the game. I haven't played it, but let's.
Yeah, I'm not. Like I said, I'm not a fighting game guy. So
I want to be
badly,
to
really comment,
but I'm not. I want to be.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool as shit, but I just don't have the patience.
Yeah.
You need to practice a lot to be good at it.
Yeah, to be competitive.
And I just can't.
Well, they're fun couch co-op things. Now, I would say this is like the big news point for the week. And the last news point, now over 60 and reflecting on his legacy, Hideo Kojima has given his assistant a USB stick containing all of his creative ideas. Kind of like a will. To guide Kojima Productions after he's gone. While he's still working on Death Stranding 2 and Fizzant, he's focused on ensuring the studio can thrive beyond his lifetime without just managing existing IP. That being said, Hideo Kojima says internal reviews of Death Stranding 2 on the beach are scoring significantly higher than the original, which has pleased Sony, though Kojima admits he actually prefers more divisive feedback. While he's open to adjusting technical elements like controls, Kojima insists on preserving the game's story and themes, emphasizing his desire to create bold, unconventional experiences rather than appeal to everyone. He kind of wants criticism, bad feedback, because it tells him that he's doing something maybe that not everybody just loves. But I'm sorry, Kojima, you're a household name. People just love you now. You can't be that guy. You can't be the outlier anymore.
I mean, I think now that people understand Death Stranding, it makes sense that they would be hot on the second game.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I think that this whole idea of him with the USB stick is fucking hilarious. Just like what's on the USB stick?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I want to know.
I wonder if has he kept this USB for his whole career? It would just come with ideas, or are there other USB sticks, or did he just do this to have a new story made, or did anyways, what's funny is he knows he's dying. That sounds really bad. What's hilarious is that he's dying, everybody. I joke. But he knows that he cannot live long enough to make all of his machinations come true. So
dude, I could see there being a scenario where it's how does this USB stick benefit Kojima Productions? What if, how much do you think that USB stick is worth? You know what I mean? They auction this bitch off, sell it to Sony or something. Do you think, let's assume that this thing has all of Kojima's secret sauce.
The fucking USB drive, the mysterious USB drive. Don't lose it.
Are we tens? I'm envisioning tens of millions of dollars.
Well, what if there's only 3 ideas on it? You know,
dude, it's probably got fucking screenplays for movies and shit on it. I don't know. I mean, maybe it doesn't, but I think that the idea of there being this is like an early 2000s buddy road trip movie where they're trying to get the Kojima fucking flash drive because someone accidentally lost it or something like that. It's really funny. I really want to know. I would just like to have a bulleted list of what's on that stick, not specifics, but just be 10 ideas for brand new game franchises, 2 ideas for movies, 1 idea for a freaking board game. You know what I mean? Just idea, because it would just be kind of interesting to know. I think probably more of an interesting thing is did he put something on there that's do you remember when Steve Jobs died, or right before he died? He did that thing called I don't remember if it was called Apple University or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Where it was the whole idea was training his employees how to think like Steve Jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if he maybe has something like that on here where it's what is Kojima's sort of mindset? What is his philosophy? How does he approach the creative process?
What is he inspired by? Yeah.
What's important, what are the things that he's not willing to compromise to make his games amazing? What do you look for in partners? All this kind of stuff. I could definitely see something like that being incredibly valuable to the company.
Yeah.
Or even to other companies. So that's why I said, could you imagine that the Kojima passes away and the only Kojima knowledge left in existence is on this fucking flash drive. Could you imagine? I imagine there being some freaking thriller movie level corporate espionage, trying to get a hold of this fucking flash drive, just because of the influence. as a creator that he's had on the industry. And
well,
I don't know. I think it's really fun to think about that. I think it's really interesting.
I think this is how Pulp Fiction 2 starts. And Vincent Vega and Jules Winfield have to deliver the briefcase. Or whatever the hell that movie worked. There was a briefcase with something in it, I think. And
oh yeah.
And it's Kojima's flash drive. And they're just trying to fucking, these hard ass criminals are like trying to transport the USB drive, and they're getting all kinds of fucking problems. I love it, dude. Maybe that's the next game. That's the next mobile game, is protect the thumb drive. He'll probably set something up where like you have to mine it or something like Bitcoin to get his ideas or something. It'd be something ridiculous.
Dude, imagine if they sold this fucking thumb drive and there's just like a text file on it with just like some like nonsensical Chinese proverb or something.
Yeah, it just says like game over or something, like game over.
It's just like that's what he lives his life by, is like this fucking one saying that he read.
It's the key
when he was everything. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just.
Oh man, I love it. All right, well, we're done with the news. Let's get to new games this week. We're almost done for the day, guys. Thanks for tuning in. New games coming out.
How many fucking games are there?
Don't worry about it. I got this. New games this week: Roadcraft, Stalker: Legends of the Zone trilogy. This is the classics of the open world survival game. The original Stalker trilogy, now available to console players for the first time ever. There's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Splintered Fate this week. There's Deliver at All Costs. There's Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. There's Knight's Night. There's Knock on the Coffin Lid, Complete Edition. There's Monster Train 2, Blades of Fire. Duck Detective, The Ghost of Glamping. Duck Detective, The Secret Salami. There's Linked, Banner of the Spark. There's Out of Sight. There is Trident's Tale. There's Zombie Army VR. There's Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny Remaster. And there's Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. All of these are coming out between May 20th and May 23rd. So there's some games for you. I don't really know that any of them, I love the ideas of looking at them. I'm always about a new VR game. Zombie Hitler has been defeated, but the zombie hordes are still at large, and Europe remains in the throes of war. Sounds kind of lame, but give us more VR. What's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one?
I've heard. So the original Stalker trilogy is beloved, so I could understand that being something that people might be interested in, especially if you want to go back in the franchise, if you're interested in Stalker 2, yada yada. I played a little bit of the first one, but I never really got that far into it. I've heard that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, Splintered Fate, is really good, but it's a roguelike, so I'm probably not going to play it. But I'm sure it's for a lot of people out there. It's just not for me. And then I'm trying to see if there's anything else on here. Obviously, Onimusha 2, the remaster of that game. People really love that game, so I could see that being.
I've never
probably
played it.
that. What's that?
Have you ever played Onimusha?
No, I haven't played it. But that's probably the game that most people would be interested about this week. Maybe Stalker. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe Duck Detective: The Secret Salami is gonna take it. You never know.
Well, yeah. I want to know what's so secret about the salami.
I gotta know, so I'm looking it up now. It's $9.99 on Steam. Tell me about it, Duck Detective. Interesting. The Salami Bandit.
I'm into it.
It almost looks like a word game, almost like Mad Libs or something.
Oh, okay. I remember those. Those were
interesting.
Cool. Well, Jake, let's not drag on here. I got to call this director back. I got real business to take care of here.
You want to tell him about the secret salami?
I'm going to ask him if he can find the secret salami.
That's the name of the song?
Yeah.
The Secret Salami? We should write a Flood song called The Secret Salami.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. All right. I don't know. Thanks for tuning in. This has been episode 378 of PS. This is awesome. We love you guys. Thanks for tuning into our podcast. Come back next week. We'll be here. And, yeah, be safe out there. Hopefully you're enjoying better weather than Jake and I are. Hopefully you're getting some games in. Just maybe I will have Octopath Traveler 2 beaten by the next episode. Granted, I will probably not have started any new games, but I can at least give my final verdict on that title. And just maybe Jake will have made more progress on Clair Obscur. And we'll go from there, But in the meantime, head to YouTube. Check out this awesome graphic I have of Kojima chasing a USB drive off of a cliff. It's hilarious. And thanks for the suggestion to make our graphics a little more funnier, Big Box. We're happy you're still listening. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Like in Nightmare, Infamous First Light, and Ion Fury. P.S.
Yes.
This is awesome.
This is awesome.